Good morning, everyone. So, today we're just going to play a game and chat. Something interesting happened to me the other day. I was talking about it in my Discord channel I set up for, YouTube. Um, since I set up the Discord, we have a couple people that joined. We sit there, we chat. I mean, that's what Discord's for, but yeah, I'm pretty well on there a lot. At least 8 hours a day minimum, Monday through Friday. And then after hours, I normally am sitting there ready for messages. And I've been chatting with some subscribers. They keep popping in. Uh, it's been kind of fun, actually. We've been talking about handhelds, custom firmware, showing pictures. And it's great. All of you should jump over and check out the Discord. I am there all the time. Turn it on while I'm at work. When I go home after I get settled, I turn it on, so I'm always there to check messages, which means I am always online for help. If you ever have any issues with the handheld, have questions, want to talk about stuff, want to get game ideas, anything you want, we're there. That's what we're doing. So I was talking about this in Discord the other day. Something interesting happened to me, and I'm gonna start my playthrough on Chasm. I've actually been playing it on and off for a couple days now. I got it on my old psvita. I forgot it existed. Somebody mentioned it in a random video I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I loved that game. So went and got it. Okay, on the story time. So I was talking about it in Discord. How the other day, day before yesterday, yeah, I realized that in the town I work and live in, I live in a town outside of it, the police were looking for me. I had no idea. That was news to me. So here's how this happened, and it is kind of funny. Let me set the stage for you. I work for an internet company. Okay? The guy who owns this, his wife owns a pet store. It's connected to the building. It's right next door. We share a wall. We have doors in between. We go back and forth. They come get us for help, for things. We don't go get them for anything. Uh, anyway, one of my coworkers, he sits at the desk right down the way. His girlfriend works next door. Now, all the employees over there, all the girls that work there, they're all his friend group. Like, they hired them, and then we needed a person over here. She talked to the owner's wife, so the owner of the pet store and the owner here, and begged to let her boyfriend, get him in, see if he can get a job here. It's been a couple years now. We hired the guy. He's a younger college kid. He's all right. I like him enough. Over the years we got used to each other. He understands how I am. He's a lot younger, and I figured he'd be a little too sensitive to work with a bunch of us. But he caught on really quickly, and you can see it. And he's learned over the years how to work on computers, phones. He's learned a lot about the internet. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting really too much detail. So yeah, over the years we've gotten closer. We're friends. Now he knows every Tuesday I get off work and go grocery shopping with the wife. I absolutely hate Tuesday. Okay, the wife hates it too. Tuesday sucks. So, but that's payday for us. We get paid on Tuesday. We go grocery shopping, get all that done for the week. Well, last Tuesday, I get off work and I'm talking to him as I leave, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go pick up some stuff from the Cub Scouts for my youngest son, and then I'm gonna do what I always do and go grocery shopping with the wife when I get off work. Now, a lot of times we run into each other at the store. When he gets off work, I get off work 2 hours before he does. Him and his girl get off work at the same time. So, yeah, I get off work. I'm with the wife. We go do the Cub Scout thing. No big deal. Typical day, right? Well, we always run across them. Always. And we have a quick, hey, how's it going? I normally say something relatively shitty, joking around, and yeah, we move on. Well, me and the wife finish up shopping. We're with my youngest son. We walk out of the store and load everything into my truck. Now, my truck is nothing special. It is a GMC Canyon 2021 little extended cab. Nothing big. I don't need a big truck for anything. Truck is handy, but a small one. You know, I got what I need. We leave the store, unload everything into the bed of the truck, put my son in. I'm putting the cart back. Yes, I do walk the cart all the way to the cart corral and put it back. I'm not an asshole. And I notice his girlfriend's car is parked kind of across the aisle, so I'm parked facing this way. There's a cart corral, then across the aisle, she's facing that way. Cart corral. Okay, anyway. So I put the cart up, and I see her car. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta mess with them. I mess with everybody. It's who I am. I talk shit. I mess with people. So I walk up to her car, and it's this white Nissan Xterra. It's a little bit older. I walk up to the car. First thing I do is, of course, make sure it's her car. Now I'm 90% certain immediately it's her car because it is just covered in stickers and all kinds of random dumb stuff on the back. There's a couple specific stickers. I can't say what they say because probably get me in trouble. But I walked up, made sure I read those, was like, okay. And then I walk up, look in the passenger side window to make sure because she has a stuffed animal, a Bulbasaur, sitting on the dash. I walk up, look in, yep, there's Bulbasaur right there. So it's her car. All right. Now, he drives his own vehicle. She has her own. So I figured maybe they were carpooling. You know, why not? You work next door to each other and get off work about the same time. So I'm thinking nothing big. Let's just let him know that I was at the store once again, same time. We probably just missed each other. I grabbed just a small piece of trash that was with us, like the receipt type of thing. Ball it up. It wasn't the receipt, but I'm not going to get into it. It was just trash anyway. I walk up, and I set it on the door handle to their car. Now, it's a Nissan Xterra, so it has an older door handle that you reach in and pull. So it has, a little ledge. And I just ball it up, set it on the ledge. Walk back across the aisle, go to get in the truck. My wife was like, what did you just do? And I was like, oh, I set something on their door just to mess with, her boyfriend. When he comes out, he'll see it. And she was like, don't mess with them. Leave them alone. I was like, all right, fine. I'll leave them alone. So I hop back out the truck. I walk back across the aisle, grab the trash, walk back towards my truck, throw it down, get in, fire up the truck, pull away. We didn't drive away fast. We actually just went around the corner, got some coffee, a little snack, We could still see everything. Sat there for maybe 15 minutes and then continued home. Put on our book that we listened to together, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Check it out, please. I don't do a lot of books or audio books or anything. My wife's huge into reading. I mean, it's like me with handhelds, her with books. I mean, we got so much money tied up in books. Anyway, but we listened to some books together because that's what you do as a couple. And we're really into Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you're a gamer and you want to be that type of person that also listens to audio books and or at least wants to say that you read or whatever, everybody wants to be more of a reader. They want to seem like an intellectual. Check it out. It's kind of Running Man RPG style. So yeah, we leave. No big deal. Didn't think nothing of it. Grab something to eat, drive home. Rest of the night went about normal. Get home, unload the groceries, all that good stuff. I'm not even really paying attention to Chasm. I'm just jumping around at this point. Go to sleep, wake up, come to work the next day. He comes in, he sits down, we get busy, and I go to tell him that, oh, hey, I was going to mess with you last night, but, to appease my wife, I didn't. I backed down, and it wasn't nothing big, so he wouldn't have cared. Well, we just got busy. Didn't think to talk about it. Well, he never said anything either about what happened to him because of what I did. Well, so most of the way through the day, we're sitting there and things got slow. So I walk up to him and was like, oh, hey, so last night I was going to mess with your woman. Didn't know if you were with her, but I seen her car outside the store and I set something on her door handle. I was like, and then I decided against it and walked away. But tell her that, I'm everywhere. I see everything. And he looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, that was you?" And I was like, "What do you mean that was me?" And he was like, "Yeah, she came out the store and there was 5 police cars parked right next to her vehicle waiting to talk to her." I was like, 5 police cars? What the hell for? Apparently, some couple seen, they watched me do all that. They watched me walk up. It's a parking lot. Of course they watched it. Why? I mean, there's plenty of people there. Seriously, I didn't give a shit. I'm going to do what I do. Well, they watched all this transpire. They called the police. Police show up. They give my description. They told the police it was a tall, lanky Hispanic male wearing an AT&T jacket like he works at the AT&T store. He hopped in a silver Honda CRV or he went back inside after he marked this poor girl's vehicle. He's out here marking cars. It's very shady. Went back in the store and then came out, got in a silver Honda CRV, and sped away. Okay. Well, if you can't tell, I am not tall, lanky, or Hispanic. I am short, stout, Caucasian. I'm 5'10", 220. I'm not a small dude by any means. I mean, I'm short, but, I did not go back in the store. I hopped in my gray GMC truck. No mention of my wife. No mention of my kid. Nothing. I didn't go back inside. They got everything wrong. So they had to go in and get with the store security, look at the footage, all this. While we're talking about it, the owner of the company I work for, he always follows whatever's going on in town. We live in a small town, so little things are big to everybody. He seen the police report come across that night. And when he heard us talking, he was like, "That was you?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." Shows me the police report. Sure enough, man, tall, lanky, Hispanic male wearing an AT&T jacket. No mention of wife, no mention of kid. Went back inside the store, probably followed the girl around, then comes out, gets in his silver Honda CRV, and pulls away. Nope. Not. What? And they said, I walked up, was looking in all her windows, went back to my vehicle, came back, looked in her windows, and then attached something to the vehicle. Now, the fun part about this is even though I decided not to mess with them, when she left the store, talked to the police, it freaked her out, of course. Why wouldn't it? She went home and had my coworker, her boyfriend, search her vehicle for a tracking device. Mission successful. Still messed with them. Yeah. So I find all this out. And I get to talking to the owner. Sure enough, the police department here in town, they're actively looking for this tall, lanky Hispanic male. So, I'm a good guy. I think things through pretty well. So right now, it's widely known that there's this person marking vehicles around this small town. I'm sure the female employees in Walmart, or just employees in general, some of them might be nervous. They don't know what's going on. It might freak them out. They might be scared to walk to their car. There's police officers looking for me. And there's an AT&T store here in town, which I don't really care for the people at the AT&T store. The ones here are absolutely, they're stupid. People taking problems all the time, and their only solution is buy a new phone. And then people bring it here, and it's always a simple fix. So I'm not like a big fan of them. I don't dislike anybody individually, but as a whole, I don't really care for them. So I think about all that, like, okay, there's some effects to this. So I call the police station, non-emergency line, which I double check, and when I'm talking to dispatch, I'm like, hey, this is not an emergency. Am I speaking, to you on a non-emergency line? And the woman with dispatch was very nice, and she was like, yeah, this is a non-emergency line. What's going on? So I tell her, I'm like, so last night, about 7:30 at night, you guys probably got a call about somebody marking cars in the grocery store parking lot. And she was like, yes, we did. Do you have information on the suspect we're looking for? I was like, yeah, I am the suspect you're looking for. And she just pauses, like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm the suspect you're looking for. I was like, I wasn't marking vehicles. That's a friend of mine. I was messing with her. We work in the same building. She works next door. I work on this side. Seriously, you can see us where we're standing from, where you guys are, and from where the store is. I was like, if you need to, you can even talk to her. I was like, also, I am not a tall, lanky Hispanic male, and I was not wearing a jacket at all, let alone an AT&T jacket. I do not drive a silver Honda CRV. I drive a gray GMC truck. Dispatch, she started hysterically laughing. She was like, oh, wow, they got that so wrong. And I was like, yes, they did. Once I told her I'm a short, stout, white guy, she couldn't believe it. And she was like, oh, my God. So she, of course, says she's going to email the officer assigned to this case. She was like, can I give him your number and all that? I was like, yeah, give him my number. I was like, we provide the police department internet at their range and training centers and all that here in town, so they know who we are. I was like, tell the cop, officer, to stop by. He can come chat with us. If you pull up, you'll see my truck is parked next to her vehicle. I'm sitting here talking to her boyfriend. You can call or come by and see that it was all innocent. She laughs about it, emails the officer, sends him my name, my number, all that stuff. He never contacts me back, of course, because everybody was like, okay, this is kind of dumb. We're laughing about it. I move on, and then I start thinking, oh man, next time I go into that grocery store, security's gonna grab me up while I'm with my wife and kids and think I'm some stalker or something. So I get off work, run over to the store, go up to the service counter. Hey, can I speak to a manager? Manager comes out. I explained the whole situation to the manager. She was like, oh, I heard something went on last night, but I didn't quite hear everything. She was like, but yeah, I think they have a file on you right now. They're looking for you to come back in the store. She was like, let me go get security. So she goes over, bangs on the door. That looks like it's not a security door. Anyway, security guy walks up to me and goes, what's up, man? What's going on? So I explained to him, and of course it's all plainclothes security. Walmart, you guys know how it is. Anyway, I start talking to the security guy, and I explained to him, hey, last night you guys ended up having police called over someone marking vehicles. That was me. I wasn't marking vehicles. I was messing with a friend of mine. I was like, I told him exactly what I did, step by step. He was like, oh my God, yeah, there's a file in there on you. They're kind of looking for you. And I was like, man, it was completely innocent. I'm not marking anything. I was like, honestly, you can go back every Tuesday and watch me and her boyfriend and my wife and all of us bump into each other and chat. You can look across your parking lot right now, see her vehicle sitting at my work, and at the time I was wearing a work shirt. So he starts cracking up. He was like, yeah. He was like, wow. He was like, and I got the report too. It says you were a tall, lanky Hispanic male wearing an AT&T jacket. And I was like, well, you can already tell most of that's bullshit. And I was not wearing an AT&T jacket. So now all I can think of, the last remaining thing here is, I wonder if there's someone that fits that description at the AT&T store, and are they potentially losing their job? Don't know. Maybe I'll find out. I might reach out. No, you know what? It's fine. Everybody knows about it. I really don't care. If you're watching this and you work in this town and you got canned over that, show them this video, because it was me. But being a small enough town, we would have heard. I don't think anything happened at the AT&T store, and it's mostly females that work there anyway. In the town I'm in, they hire almost all females for any customer service or customer facing position. All the hardware stores do it, gas stations, all of them really. I mean, I can go one town over and it's not like that. For some reason in the town I'm in, all of it. It's a little college town, whatever. So yeah, over something that small ended up causing a 4 to 5 police unit reaction in this small town. And mind you, they got everything wrong except for the things I did, and they even added something to that. What made it very clear it was me was the fact that I walked up to it twice. And I was at the passenger door, and I set something on the passenger door, went back and got it. That was the only thing that fit. Everything else was completely wrong. A lot of people, of course, was like, I wonder, wouldn't it be weird if you did that and then someone fitting that description did go mark cars or mark her car, and you're calling off this search and there really is someone doing that? And I was like, well, I mean, that would be a crazy coincidence, but if so, whoever was doing that, if it wasn't me, you got really lucky, bud. And don't let me catch you out there. Trust me, I'll put a hurting on you. Yeah. So something that simple causes that massive response. It was crazy. Now I am no stranger to handcuffs or being arrested or spending any time in a small room. I've been there plenty over a bunch of random dumb things, nothing too major. I'm not a felon or nothing. My record's clear. A couple minor things. So a police response doesn't worry me, doesn't concern me. It doesn't back me off of anything. And when I was talking to my coworker, I was like, hey, tonight when you and your girlfriend talk about this, because immediately when we found out it was me and everything happened, we ran next door, and I was like, yeah, that was me, haha, laughing my ass off. Anyway, I told him, I was like, tonight when you guys are talking about it, and she goes, I bet he learned his lesson and he won't do that again. Nope. Did not learn a lesson. Won't learn a lesson. I'm going to be me no matter what. And it's like I told him, I don't care if this happens again. I'm still going to do it. Gives the police something to do. Gives, Walmart security something to do. Has nothing to do with them anyway, but whatever. They're going to get involved. I don't care. I didn't do anything illegal. I was messing around with a friend. So it was just an interesting story I wanted to share with everybody. I know this is a handheld and gaming channel, but I also like to talk about my life, my work, family, friends, whatever. I mean, that's what we're doing here. I'm trying to build this community in my Discord, which I'm going to link my Discord in every video moving forward. So I'll have a link in here for my Discord. You guys are welcome to join. The Discord is for handhelds, gaming handhelds, custom firmware, emulation, things like that. That's what this channel is built around. But there is no harm in hopping on there and just talking and just having a good time and, joining the group. If you're not a gamer, you're not into gaming, or you want to get into handhelds and emulation, but you don't know where to begin, it's a great place to come. All right, well, come on in. We'll steer you in the right direction. We'll tell you where to go, what to do, what to get to save you money, and teach you how to set it all up. Okay? All right. Well, everybody, it is Friday. I wasn't even sure I'd have time to do this video today. I'm happy I did. It's a little outside what we normally do, but it's fun. So you never know what you're going to get with me. I'm trying to think of what's going on next week. I don't really have any new devices coming in. I've been considering a couple devices, keeping an eye on a few things. So maybe we'll pick up something, and then with how shipping goes, it'll be like the week after before we get to review or look at anything. So going into next week, we'll just do whatever. You guys know how I do this. I try to give you a preview, but I don't always have something to preview because I just kind of shoot from the hip. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good weekend. My workday is actually getting ready to begin I got about an hour. And then it's weekend for me. I did double or triple the amount of cameras I have now. The owner of the internet company I work for donated a bunch of SDI cameras, and then the other day he gave me 2 more SDI cameras, which the 2 he gave me are the 2 I'm currently using. So I think I'm going to pick up some extra stuff, some extra SDI cables. I'll have to take the A10 back and forth with me and travel, which I have a case for it. I do have a second mic, so you know what? I might do a second setup at my house so I could start just doing weekend videos or whatever. But, yeah, If you guys need help, go to my Discord. I am there all the time. I spend a lot of time there over the weekend. I'll be in and out. I have friends and other people that know as much as me. They're moderators on there, and they can help out if I am not available. But like I said, even if you're not a gamer, stop on in. Come on, talk to us, hang out. Maybe we can turn you, turn you into a gamer. So, all right, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. And if you find yourself doing something like I did the other day to cause a police response, don't let it change it. Do you? It's funny. You don't got to do anything like insanely stupid, but if you're messing around with a friend and this is the type of response that happened, don't let it change you. Have some fun. It's life, man. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Why we're here? Why not? See you guys next week.